In this video, we delve deeply into the intricate world of mythical creatures, focusing our analysis on werewolves, vampires, and several other legendary beings that have pervaded our cultural consciousness for centuries. This exploration is not merely a superficial recounting of popular tales, but a rigorous examination of historical origins, transformation narratives, and the complex interplay between myth and empirically driven socio-cultural phenomena. Our discussion aims to uncover the layers of symbolism embedded in these legends, providing a technical analysis supported by historical data and advanced research insights that appeal to an expert-level audience. By comparing literary sources, archaeological findings, and socioeconomic factors influencing myth propagation, we seek to illuminate the evolutionary paths that have turned these folklore elements into sophisticated cultural archetypes. We will analyze the physiological metaphors and metaphysical interpretations presented in scholarly debates, integrating quantitative studies that measure the influence of these myths on modern media and psychological profiling. Additionally, our discussion does not shy away from exploring the scientific theories that explain psychological phenomena behind the creation of mythical creatures. While the tone remains relaxed and friendly, the content is meticulously structured with precise language and fact-driven analysis to engage viewers who are well-versed in the field. Expect a balanced narrative that marries historical context with contemporary scientific analysis, ensuring that every claim is supported by rigorous evidence and critical dissection. Ultimately, this exploration sets the stage for a deeper understanding of how long-standing myths such as werewolves and vampires convey complex insights into human behavior and cultural evolution, provoking both intellectual curiosity and analytical rigor among experts and enthusiasts alike. Through this detailed approach, we not only demystify enduring legends, but also systematically reveal the scientific methodologies and rigorous data analyses that underpin the formation and persistence of these cultural myths. This study enhances our comprehension. Mythical creatures have origins that trace back to ancient civilizations, where local legends served as allegories for natural phenomena and societal challenges. Archaeological records and ancient manuscripts reveal that early humans used these narratives to explain inexplicable events such as eclipses, diseases, and seasonal changes. Cross-cultural examinations show that legends of creatures like werewolves and vampires appeared independently in European, Asian, and Middle Eastern traditions, each reflecting local fears and environmental conditions. Scholars argue that these myths were initially rooted in attempts to rationalize the unknown, and they evolved over centuries through oral transmission, artistic representation, and evolving cultural paradigms. Detailed anthropological studies reveal that many legends, including those of lycanthropy and vampirism, have embedded roots in psychological responses to trauma, famine, and societal collapse. Technical analysis of folklore manuscripts indicates that the evolution of these narratives can be correlated with significant historical events, such as plagues and wars, which intensified the collective imagination of communities. Data-driven research using carbon dating and comparative linguistics has allowed experts to establish timeline frameworks that align myth formation with periods of rapid social transformation. Advanced statistical models applied to folklore demographics further suggest that the distribution and transformation of myths are not random, but follow measurable patterns influenced by migration and cultural exchange. Historical records from medieval Europe detail court cases and ecclesiastical inquests that document alleged encounters with vampires and accusations of demonic lycanthropy, offering quantitative data that support myth continuity. Furthermore, genomic studies in their infancy are beginning to explore the possibility that certain mythological traits were inspired by observable mutations or environmental adaptations in ancient populations. Comparative analysis of mythological narratives also reveals systematic incorporation of astronomical phenomena, wherein the positioning of celestial bodies often metaphorically corresponds to the influence of legendary beings. Researchers compile comprehensive databases encompassing artifact locations, manuscript origins, and demographic shifts, all of which contribute to a nuanced understanding of myth propagation. By integrating interdisciplinary methods such as radiocarbon dating, satellite imagery, and comparative mythology, Historians have created robust models that track the syncretism of diverse cultural legends over millennia. This historical tapestry demonstrates that mythical creatures are not mere fanciful inventions, but rather complex phenomena shaped by environmental pressures, scientific discoveries, and human creativity. Statistical data and case studies further confirm that the transmission of these myths adhered to patterns analogous to genetic drift, where minor variations over time accumulated into significant narrative diversification. As a result of these multifaceted influences, myths have not remained static, but have evolved dynamically, reflecting both the constancy of human fears and the adaptability of cultural expression. This evolution is documented in historical archives and unmistakably serves as evidence that mythical narratives are deeply intertwined with empirical human experience. Werewolf legends have long been a cornerstone of folklore, encapsulating the perennial human fascination with transformation and the duality of nature. Extensive historical manuscripts reveal that early accounts of lycanthropy were often intertwined with religious and superstitious practices, serving as morality tales and explanations for unexplainable familial genetic anomalies. Modern research delves into the biological plausibility of such transformations by examining endocrine functions and neural circuitry patterns that regulate human behavior under extreme stress. Contemporary film and literary portrayals often emphasize the curse element, depicting werewolves as tragic figures whose transformations are triggered by lunar cycles and intense emotional states. Epidemiological studies, though limited, suggest intriguing correlations between cultural outbreaks of werewolf legends and periods of high stress due to socio-economic upheavals. Technical analyses have even explored the myth's resonance with genetic memory, proposing that inherited traits and epigenetic factors might have influenced the narrative's proliferation. Quantitative analyses reveal cyclical patterns in werewolf folklore, correlating with astronomical data on lunar cycles, which many scholars believe contribute to the myth's timing and intensity. Historical case studies document legal records and testimonies in regions where werewolf accusations led to severe societal repercussions and state-sanctioned punishments. Mathematical modeling of social contagion phenomena has been applied to the spread of such legends, with algorithms simulating how minor local events amplify into widespread cultural narratives. In-depth literary critiques further analyze the symbolism of the beast within, drawing parallels between mythological transformations and psychological thresholds in human identity formation. Advanced neurobiological research has mapped brain regions affected by fear and aggression, offering potential explanations for the intense emotional experiences described in werewolf lore. Modern film directors and scriptwriters incorporate these academic findings to craft narratives that are both scientifically intriguing and emotionally compelling. Critical discussions often focus on how the interplay of myth, biology, and cultural psychology creates a potent mix of fascination and fear that transcends mere storytelling. Scholars have developed robust frameworks that integrate statistical evidence, historical data, and neurobiological insights to offer a comprehensive understanding of the werewolf phenomenon. Advanced computational models now simulate both the psychological triggers and the social dynamics that drive widespread acceptance of werewolf myths. Integrating centuries of folklore with modern scientific inquiry, current interpretations of werewolf legends challenge conventional narratives and stimulate further interdisciplinary research. Ultimately, the werewolf myth endures as a fascinating case study that bridges ancient superstitions with cutting-edge scientific discoveries. By embracing both the mythic tradition and the analytical precision of modern science, we gain a deeper comprehension of the symbolic transformation that lies at the heart of every werewolf legend, reinforcing the timeless curiosity that drives scholarly inquiry. These layered investigations continue to inspire vigorous academic debate and innovative reinterpretations of folklore's enduring enigmas. The vampire myth represents one of the most enduring and complex legends in human culture, characterized by its blend of seduction, mortality, and eternal life. Early accounts of vampirism appear in disparate ancient texts, where they often served as allegories for disease outbreaks, social transgressions, and the fear of the unknown. Historical analysis reveals that vampire legends evolved in response to shifting social structures and emerging medical knowledge, including interpretations of blood as both life force and carrier of contagion. Quantitative studies have measured the exponential growth in vampire-themed literature and film over the past century, reflecting a sustained cultural appetite for eternal anti-heroes. Contemporary cinematic depictions emphasize a nuanced duality that portrays vampires as both parasitic predators and tragic existential figures. Detailed case studies from the field of cultural studies document how societal changes, such as urbanization and globalization, have reshaped the vampire narrative over time. Advanced forensic research has uncovered evidence of ritualistic practices in medieval Europe that likely contributed to the myth's association with blood consumption and nocturnal symbolism. Comparative statistical analysis indicates that regions with a history of unexplained mortality events exhibit a higher frequency of vampire legends, a factor that remains robust even after controlling for economic variables. Using data-driven methodologies, researchers have constructed temporal models that correlate the spikes in vampire folklore with historical epidemics and periods of political instability. Literary analysts perform rigorous textual analysis on seminal works, extracting numerical patterns from recurring motifs that illustrate the myth's pervasive influence. Modern technological advancements have enabled the use of big data approaches to map the global dispersion and evolution of vampire mythology over time. Neurochemical studies further reveal that the allure of the vampire may be linked to human biochemistry, specifically involving melatonin and adrenaline regulation. This convergence of art, science, and statistical evidence underscores the myth's transformation from folklore to a symbol rich in cultural and quantitative significance. Interdisciplinary research integrating bioinformatics, cultural studies, and historical epidemiology continues to challenge preconceived notions about the nature of vampirism. Ultimately, the vampire myth endures not only as a literary trope, but also as a subject of quantitative and qualitative research that bridges ancient superstition with modern scientific inquiry. By synthesizing insights from molecular biology, statistical trend analysis, and comparative literature, researchers have constructed comprehensive models that quantify the influence of cultural myths on social behavior, artistic expression, and even economic trends. This synthesis of multidimensional analyses not only deepens our understanding of vampirism's cultural impact, but also provides a robust framework for future academic exploration. The research continues to evolve. Beyond werewolves and vampires, a constellation of other mythical beings, from fairies to zombies, enriches the tapestry of human folklore with diverse symbolic meanings. Anthropological studies document that fairies, often depicted as ethereal beings, served as metaphors for environmental forces and the unpredictable nature of human creativity. Comparative mythology reveals that zombies, with their origins rooted in various cultural practices, particularly voodoo traditions, symbolize the boundary between life and death. Sophisticated statistical analyses of folklore frequency indicate that trends in the portrayal of zombies spike in societies experiencing rapid cultural shifts and modern technological disruptions. Detailed studies show that mermaids, long regarded as symbols of both allure and danger, are associated with maritime lore and ecological phenomena. Researchers have employed complex network analysis to quantify the diffusion of fairy legends across geographic boundaries over the centuries. Advanced computational simulations suggest that the persistence of zombie narratives can be modeled similarly to viral contagion, with stochastic elements influencing narrative reemergence. Empirical research in psychology has linked encounters with folklore creatures like fairies to altered states of consciousness and heightened sensory perception. Historical data reveal that legends of other mythical creatures surge during times of societal stress, such as during revolutions or large-scale migrations. Methodical surveys employing advanced data analytics have mapped the spatial distribution of folklore motifs, demonstrating measurable patterns in the prevalence of these legends. Sophisticated radiocarbon dating and linguistic phylogenetics have been instrumental in tracing the evolution of certain legends, providing a chronological framework for their development. Critical analyses incorporate economic, environmental, and cultural metrics to assess the impact of mythological narratives on social cohesion and collective memory. Interdisciplinary teams utilize quantitative methods such as regression analysis and data mining to extract patterns from vast corpora of folklore texts. These analytical approaches underscore that the proliferation of mythical creatures is a dynamic phenomenon influenced by an intricate mesh of historical, environmental, and psychological factors. Ultimately, the multidisciplinary study of mythical beings transcends traditional folklore, serving as a bridge between empirical research and the inexhaustible realm of human imagination. By integrating archaeological findings, radiometric dating techniques, and advanced cultural analytics, researchers have developed comprehensive models that chart the evolution of myth-making processes over millennia, linking environmental changes to shifts in folklore patterns. Rigorous data analyses reveal that the dissemination of these legends often follows predictable trajectories, mirroring patterns observed in cultural diffusion and information spread. In essence, these varied creatures, from the enchanting to the terrifying, provide quantitative insights into the collective psyche and the adaptive nature of cultural storytelling. This analytical journey not only enriches our understanding of myth, but also offers a fertile ground for interdisciplinary innovation and future explorations in cultural dynamics. These discoveries continuously challenge and expand our cultural horizons. In conclusion, the intricate histories and evolving narratives of mythical creatures offer profound insights into the human condition and societal evolution. A rigorous examination of legends such as werewolves, vampires, fairies, and zombies reveals that these myths are embedded in historical events, scientific inquiry, and cultural expression. Our analysis, deeply rooted in quantitative data, archaeological research, and interdisciplinary methodologies, has shown that these enduring legends mirror complex societal dynamics. Advanced statistical models and data-driven narratives have consistently underscored the reality that myth creation follows discernible patterns influenced by human psychology and environmental shifts. The fusion of ancient lore with modern scientific paradigms provides a compelling framework for understanding not only the origins, but also the evolution of cultural identity. Integrating comprehensive historical data with cutting-edge research techniques, scholars have illuminated how myths serve as both mirrors and molds of societal values. This detailed journey through myth and measurement verifies that legends are not arbitrary, but are systematically crafted responses to historical, biological, and psychological realities. Forward-thinking academic research continues to expand the boundaries of our understanding by meticulously applying quantitative analyses to traditional narratives. This union of myth and method invites ongoing inquiry into the transformative power of storytelling, urging us to re-examine how legends shape and are shaped by the world around us. Interdisciplinary collaborations across fields such as bioinformatics, anthropology, and literary studies are paving the way for a new era of myth analysis. Quantitative metrics, combined with in-depth qualitative assessments, reveal the substantial economic and cultural capital generated by these narratives in global media and academia. In synthesizing these diverse strands of evidence, our exploration has underscored that mythical creatures act as vital cultural signifiers and reproducible data points for scholarly innovation. Looking ahead, the integration of data analytics with age-old narratives promises to further unravel the complexities hidden within our shared cultural heritage. As we continue to decode these intricate stories through both scientific rigor and creative interpretation, we pave the way for transformative insights into how society processes its fears, desires, and collective memories. Ultimately, the enduring legacy of mythical creatures reflects our relentless quest for meaning, transforming folklore into a bridge that connects our past with the ever-evolving present. By scrutinizing the evolution of these legends through a lens that marries empirical evidence with interpretive nuance, we also come to understand the broader cultural ramifications of mythmaking in a rapidly changing world. Through extensive research, rigorous analysis, and an unwavering commitment to interdisciplinary study, we affirm that these myths remain a potent force in shaping contemporary cultural narratives and influencing future societal trends. In this synthesis of evidence and imagination, our exploration reveals that every myth is a mirror reflecting the eternal human spirit.